Hey my everythings, I hope that you all are doing well. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for coming and joining me today. If you would like to get notified of any new reads that are being posted, whether they're for your sign or any other sign, please feel free to hit the bell. You can also like and subscribe and share videos from my channel. That definitely helps grow the channel and share the content. Okay, this read is going to be for Cancer. I'm seeing that the spirit of true self is seeking security in your failures. So maybe you're going through a time where you feel like you failed. Though surrounding that is about to take this party to a whole new level. So seeking security in failures and being able to find security even when you do fail is definitely taking your lifetime experience to a whole nother level. And that's all I'm gonna say, because usually we're programmed to process failure as failure, like you didn't succeed, or you're not succeeding, or you are a failure, or you're not good enough, you know? And if the spirit of your true self is seeking security even in a failure, that just seems like, yeah, you are taking this to a whole new level, because it just seems like you're mastering being able to bounce back. Okay, so what I'm seeing that is that may have had some influence on that failure could have been gossip, could have been mistakes. I'm seeing spilled milk, or like I said, some type of failure or mistake. People call that spilled milk, where you may have gone wrong, where you may have been misled. I'm also seeing that. And rainbows. So rainbows are a sign of a covenant with God's source, the universe, you being in alignment with the path that has been set out for you, and also the one that you want to make for yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? And rainbows are a sign of a covenant of that. So let's see. I am seeing some winds that have been influencing the cycle of this read. You're getting winds from everywhere is what I'm seeing. So you have some eastern winds influencing the cycle of this read. Something that may have happened around mid-March. This has to do with the soul teaching the spirit lessons about perception, and that has to do with your future. So sometime around March, you may have gotten a new perspective, or there was something new that you began to experience in March, maybe that you never had experienced before, and it made you start thinking about your future by the way of the eastern wind. This was also has something to do with the element water, and where it is that you see yourself in your life as a creator in the creation. Okay, and I'm also seeing that this is a new beginning. So then I'm seeing some influence by the way of the southwest wind, where the soul is teaching the spirit a lesson about the intertwining of process and power when it comes to paying taxes. Okay, so paying taxes may have been included in some of those failures. You know, the experience. There's always this thing where, like, if something is not going so great, at least when I was younger, we used to be like, oh, they trying to tax you. Like, they giving you a hard time. They trying to tax you. And I don't know if anyone else interprets it that way, though. When I see gossip and spilled milk or situations that may have not gone so great, and then I see the process of power being a lesson that the soul is teaching the spirit of the true self about in regard to paying taxes in this experience, this lifetime experience. I do think that finding security even in moments like that is definitely taking it to a whole nother level. So I'm also seeing that may have happened sometime between summer and autumn, or maybe happening now. Okay? Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It may be happening now. That some taxes are being paid, or you may be seeing the benefit of taxes that were paid. Okay? And that is the influence of earth and fire elements, like I said, collaborating together by the way of the soul, teaching the spirit of the true self lessons about process of power. Okay? So then I see some influence by the way of your northern winds. I told you, you're getting wind from everywhere. Oh, also in that southwest wind in regard to paying taxes, that is an influence of the planet Jupiter. Jupiter goes through an orbital cycle every 11 years. And that influences prosperity, growth, maturity, manifestations, all the things that have to do with growing and you being able to reap what has been sown. Okay? So then in the northern wind that has been influencing the cycle of this read, I'm seeing that the soul has been teaching the spirit of the true self lessons about partnership. So through your lifetime experience, I'm seeing that in this cycle, there has been some northern wind influence in community building and partnerships in regard to your family values, and how that's been demonstrated externally for you to have your own perception about what that means for you. And you've been going through that cycle throughout your whole life. Okay? And in regard to that eastern wind that has probably been consistent in your life as well, where the soul has been teaching you lessons about your perception of your future, you can kind of see how they like go together. Okay? So then in the western wind, I am seeing some influence of the soul teaching the spirit of the true self a lesson about process itself, and that is specifically focused on self-care and wholeness. So I think that has a little bit to, since the western wind and the eastern wind are opposite of each other, I can definitely see why and how those northern and southwest winds are also contributing to, in a specific way, making it all flow, so that even in the experience of you going through some type of failure, as the spirit is seeking security in all of those moments, pivotal moments in your life, that you're also being influenced by those planets that have a main focus on, like I said, Jupiter is focused on change and transformation and growth and maturation and prosperity. And knowing that for a fact, then regardless of what milk is spilled, regardless of what gossip is taking place on your tab, you know what I mean? you still being able to maintain a covenant with God and learn from your experience and spiritually grow, prioritizing the wellness of your soul, is not a failure at all. It's actually a success. So I can definitely see why you would be finding security in all of that, because that's something that other people don't always find security in. Sometimes they fall off, and they fall all the way off and don't know how to get back up or rise again. Okay? So I do see in your challenge position for the cycle of this read, there is a 6 of Cups. That is you feeling like you have support or people that you can trust, or someone that is giving you the correct guidance or something like that. And that's just what I'm seeing in the challenge position. So you may be feeling like you can't trust people, and considering the fact that there is some gossip going on about mistakes or failures, like I said, that's probably just someone taxing you, or these people taxing you. Though in regard to the soul teaching the spirit a lesson about partnerships, I'm seeing that even in this 6 of Cups challenge, it's normal by the way of human experience to come across people that teach you a lesson about partnership. And then also in that partnership, by the way of the experience, if they're great or if they're not so great, the spirit of true self can always find security in formulating your own family values. So even if someone externally didn't treat you the way that you wanted to be treated, you can understand that may have come from their family values, okay? Though you also have the ability to establish and create your own, and it does come in with that eastern wind, restoring that fact and that truth that it's all based on your perception of how you want to lead in your future. If you're not familiar with how it is that I do my reads, I do them based on time that has been offered or available to me for me to share the message with you. So thank you for that, to yourself and to God's source, okay? The time that have been offered or available to me is the Devil in reverse. So the Devil in reverse is obviously God's source. Representing that you are no longer bound, stuck, contracted, or whatever with things that do not serve your greater good. Okay? Things that bind your soul or make you feel stuck or anything like that. You're no longer stuck, bound to the devil or your devil. Anything like that. And that's what I'm seeing. So in this energy, it is tantalizing and intelligent, received in that kind of way. I did pull some angel cards for it because I was like, can we get some clarity on that? And what I got was, that was in regard to the challenge. So in some kind of way, you may have felt like there were people that you could not trust, that were not supporting you or were not guiding you the way that you needed to be guided. I'm seeing that God's source has stepped in or had stepped in to release you from those kind of bonds. To those people, it just seemed like you were born into a inherited familial karmic cycle where there were people that you felt like you needed to trust or that you had to depend on them to support you. And the reason why I say that is because the angel card says to ask for help from others. So there may have been points in time during the cycle of this read or in your life in general where you had to ask for help from others because there were people that you could not trust to give you the right kind of advice or guidance. And then I'm seeing that you chose a new direction. There's an angel card here that says choose a new direction. So I'm seeing that you chose a new direction, and then you were led to recovery. Okay? And those are the 3 angel cards in regard to that 6 of Cups paired with that Devil card in reverse. So God sent some angels to get you on the right track, because obviously the people that you were around that were influencing you or meant to support you were not doing that, okay? And not leading you on a path of righteousness. So you had to ask for help from others. You had to choose a new direction, and then you recovered. So good for you. Obviously, Eastern Wind perception, thinking about your future, generating and establishing your own family values, being influenced by the process of power, paying taxes, and prioritizing the process of self-care and wholeness, going within so that you do not go without, okay? So then for the cycle of this read, I do see you in this 8 of Rods. 8 of Rods represents having the energy. Okay, because it's one thing to have a 6-figure job and to show up ready and have all the information and being able to perform and all of that, and having the energy to show up excited and ready and full of ideas and being innovative and all of that, right? Though it's another thing to have a 6-figure job and show up and not have the energy to even want to be there and all of that. And what I'm seeing is that even when you sign your name on a dotted line to be a part of someone else's vision, something that's, we're all a part of something that's bigger than us. However, and I say that because of the rainbows, the covenants, so on and so forth, right? So even as you may sign your name on the line, and the experience is that after you sign your name, you clock in, you clock out, or you don't clock in, you clock out. You may be salary based, whatever the situation is. When you are working, after you have signed your name, it almost seems like because you signed your name that it could all just be draining you because your name is in it. However, in this energy that I see you in for the cycle of this read, it's not taking energy away from you. It is giving you energy that you need to be able to perform well. And from what I'm seeing as well is that you're being received as healthy and wholesome. So when it comes to that Western wind, that where the soul is teaching your spirit about the process of power and prioritizing self-care and wholeness, I'm seeing you were spirit-led first, because that's what animates the body, and then all the other things were added. And that just reminds me of seek ye the kingdom of heaven first, which is obviously in the mind, and everything else will be added. And it's just like the spirit of the human being had to come first, and then the body was pulled together and formed up around it and intertwined with it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you are a majestic being. So even if you may have experienced some type of failures, take that to a whole nother level and prioritize your future. You're also being received in this 8 of Rods energy as natural. So it's coming to you naturally. You're being received as healthy and wholesome, and this energy is being processed in a natural way. And, okay. So for the cycle of this read, the past position that I see you in is the Queen of Rods. The Queen of Rods is representing someone that is prioritizing family. You're being received in this energy as prominent. I'm hearing prominent character. In this energy, you were being received as not frazzled, not repulsive. Obviously, people trust in your leadership skills and your ability to prioritize your responsibilities, okay? Then I see that you were in the Four of Swords, where you were getting the rest that you needed to rejuvenate, recuperate, and maintain the balance that is necessary for even in times where you may have experienced some type of failure. Okay? In that energy, you were being received as sensible and not crazy. I'm seeing work-life balance. So maintaining stability for your mental health is what I am seeing, no matter what your responsibilities were in the Queen of Rods energy. Let's pause for a second, because there were emotions and specific messages that were associated with the cycle of this read. So let me touch bases on that real quick. I'm seeing vacation, for you to feel free, not fearful, not enraged, not confused, and not forced. And considering the fact that sometimes failure can make you feel like you are forced and desperate to make decisions that you may regret. Failure can cause you to feel confused about your decision making. Failure can make you feel enraged. The experience of failure can also make you fearful of continuing to try to do something because you're worried about or you're afraid that you won't succeed. Okay? And in this cycle of this read, I am seeing that ain't none of that holding you back from being able to have been received in this Queen of Rods energy, where you were prioritizing your wellness, prioritizing your responsibilities, maybe even your family or your family values by the way of that northern wind, and then getting the rest that you needed. And I see that in the western wind, because the western wind is about prioritizing self-care, wholeness, and the process of it. And with that Four of Swords, I'm seeing that that's definitely something that you did in regard to your mental health and stability. Four represents stability. So, and being as though 4 is half of 8, I can see how that 8 of Rods represents the energy to be able to balance the rest and the work. Okay? Haha, the rest of the work. So, in this Knight of Swords energy, I'm seeing that that's what came next. And in this Knight of Swords energy, you were received as usual, like that's ordinary behavior, and not disturbing. So you got enough rest to be able to show up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, if you will. So in this Knight of Swords energy, it is someone that is ambitious and ready to move forward, and where you might have been fearful in regard to being guided the wrong kind of way, or getting the support that you didn't seem to be efficient. In this Knight of Swords energy, you're fearless in how you're going to move forward, okay? So then I see that you are closing out this cycle in this King of Rods energy. Now, the King of Rods energy could be representing a whole new level of intimacy. And it doesn't have to be sexual. It can also be like I said, prioritizing your self-care and your wholeness and intimacy with your creator. Because there is that western wind. There you go again. Prioritizing self-care and wholeness and balancing that out with your hard work. And the King of Rods is a very hard worker. And that is because there is diligence. Oh, they're a couple. on both ends. So this is just showing me that there's a balance. Like I said, you got the Four of Swords in the middle of all of it. Is divine balance between divine feminine and divine masculine. So where you were, Queen of Rods energy, and then where you ended up at towards the end of the cycle in the King of Rods energy. Now this could be two completely different people, or it could be how your energy balanced itself out through the cycle of the read, by the way of the Four of Swords and the Knight of Swords, okay? So in this energy, like I said, someone that's prioritizing their responsibilities, someone that is a hard worker, and also in this Western wind, like I said, self-care, wholeness, prioritizing your creativity and the process that you go through when it comes to how you take care of yourself, okay? In this energy, you are being received as someone that, what is the word? Intellectual. Someone that is an intellectual. Someone that, like, is a deep thinker. Like, you don't just do things in a shallow way. You do things with depth and obviously emotion involved because you are a Cancer. And you get a lot of your influence and your ability to be able to stand strong on the things that you do because of your connection with the moon, okay? And in that energy, I'm also seeing that you were received as famous or legendary, distinctive, prominent. So good for you during the cycle of that read, Cancer. So in the future, what I see for you is the Six of Pentacles. With the Six of Pentacles energy, that represents you being in an amazing relationship with your finances, i.e. the money that is earned is balanced out well with the money that is spent. Needless to say, there may have even been investments so that you are not losing more than you are making, okay? Even to the point where you're able to offer some of that to others, okay? I'm seeing you in this energy as bold and refined, cultivated and brave and courageous. So I'm hearing that you got to spend a little money to make a little money. Or maybe spend a little money to make a lot of money. You never know. Though in here, I do see in the future that you do not cry over spilled milk. You don't care about the gossip. And it's because even in the midst of your failure, like, these people could never take a walk in your shoes. Or pay the taxes that you've paid. And also, when I see pay and taxes, I'm also seeing, like, karmic debt. So also being able to pay off karmic debt, like, and so then I see you being in this Knight of Pentacles energy. And that's because what's for you is for you. And we've all inherited these experiences. So that I'm seeing you in this Knight of Pentacles energy where you are excited about going on a new financial adventure. So there may be something that you're about to invest in. You could be getting some type of money from your taxes, or you could be paying your taxes to secure something for your future. Or like I said, in regard to that karmic debt that you've been paying off, there is someone, or maybe someone in the future that needs your help to figure out how they can also do the same thing. And the reason why I say that is because in the beginning of what I can see for your future, you're already balanced in a good relationship with your finances, okay? And when I see pentacles, it could be material wealth or like money, though it also could be energy. Do you get what I'm saying? So it is based on interpretation, and the interpretation is based on what you're experiencing. And when it comes to the Eastern Wind, where the soul is teaching the spirit of the true self lessons about perception in regard to your future, take the information as it resonates, okay? So in this Knight of Pentacles energy, I am seeing that either someone is coming towards you trying to get assistance, or yeah, that's what I'm seeing, because they're receiving you as fantastic and radiant, glowing, sparkling, awesome. And this, in this Knight of Pentacles energy, it's someone that is not a King of Pentacles. Okay, so it's someone that's definitely wanting to learn, someone that is ambitious about learning, or someone that is open to have the experience of growing wealthy in whatever information you have to share, or this is you going on a new adventure to grow yourself financially, okay? So then I'm seeing that you will be in the Star and the King of Swords energy. You got, okay. So in this Star energy, I'm seeing that you are the center of the spirit of your true self in this Star energy. Okay. And who may be functioning as the teacher of these lessons could be this King of Swords. Like your soul in King of Swords energy, teaching the spirit of your true self, which is the Star, lessons in all of this. Okay? The King of Swords energy is the one with all the information. So even as you may be the star, or you're seeing others as the stars, I get money, I'm a star. Star, okay. I'm seeing you as this King of Swords energy, providing information to other stars. Okay? So in this energy, you are being received, or someone is shy. In this whole thing, someone is shy in how they're communicating to you, or how they want to communicate to you. Or what I'm saying is you're cautious about the information that you're trusting. So you've learned how to ask others for help. You've learned how to choose a new direction. You've been on the path of recovery when it comes to accepting guidance and support from others, and you're being cautious about the information that you just accept and take from other people, okay? You're received in this energy as natural, pure, and sensual. So then I see that you will be in hermit mode. Hermit mode is you taking the time to self-reflect. Like I said, prioritizing self-care, wholeness by the way of that Western Wind. And the process of that is something that the soul is permitting the spirit to go through by the way of the experience, while the true self is seeking security. Being as though you are a Cancer, you all go into your shell. You all come out of your shell eventually, though what I see in this hermit mode, which does resonate with the Cancer sign, is a time of transformation and transition, for you to prioritize self-care and wholeness. So if you are not doing that, then that is the time that the soul has reserved, really, for you to be able to do so. In this energy, you're being received as real, unafraid, and even beautiful. And I say that because the cosmic design that the Creator had made you a part of specifically included this time to be a part of who you are. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you could be doing things the way that other people do them. However, this time is specifically designed for you. And what I'm seeing in that is that you may be going on vacation by yourself. Because we did see that word vacation and free. So you may be going on a free vacation. Or you may feel free to go on vacation. Or your vacation may be you feeling free of all the bullshit, including your failures. So this vacation is something that you did not fail at. You feeling free is something that you did not fail at. You're not stuck in gossip. You're not stuck in feelings of fear or confusion, or feelings of being enraged, or feelings of being forced because of spilled milk or mistakes. And what's even more grand than that is that God is the one that's released you from all of it. And how you know that that's what it is because of the rainbows, which resonate with the covenants that you have with God. Okay? So then I'm seeing, for as far into your future as I can see, Cancer, is the challenge of the Three of Rods. You being able to let go of the past. So maybe there were some things by the way of people that you couldn't trust, people that gave you the wrong kind of guidance or support, that may have led to you not wanting to let go of the fear. Or you not wanting to let go of the rage or the confusion or the feeling of being forced. However, God has intervened on your behalf. So whatever you have been holding on to, replace those attachments with something new. There's a song where they say, it's a gospel song, and they're like, there's more where that came from. So if you're in a covenant with God, there's no reason to cry over spilled milk or any failures, because there's more successes in life where they come from. Okay? So being able to forgive and not necessarily forget, though if you have forgotten, good for you. For some people, that's a blessing. Though in this Three of Rods energy, I'm seeing that you'll be able to overcome the challenge, by the way, of reconsidering. There's an angel message that's saying to reconsider the things that you are holding on to in regard to burdens, or how it is that you're not prioritizing your self-care. Okay? And that's specifically to heal your heart, to maintain grounded in your meekness, and to maintain that full heart chakra, okay? And like I said, even with that hermit mode and you going on vacation, that is a time to rejuvenate and, honey, let go, let loose. You may be, this Three of Rods energy may be like you not wanting to come out of your shell and wanting to remain like closed up because of how you were guided the wrong kind of way or whatever in the past. Though the angel message says to reconsider how you may be like, not willing to let go of some of those fears or whatever. And the best way to overcome fear is with bravery. The best way to overcome feelings of being enraged are to understand where the root of that rage is coming from. And a lot of it is just from what you've been taught, what you've been programmed. and how to respond to certain things. The best way to overcome the spirit of confusion is to stand strong and be rooted in the spirit of clarity, and allow the spirit of the true self and the soul to guide you, especially if in those moments you're feeling like you can't trust the people that are meant to guide and support you. Okay, you can always trust God. And then the best way to overcome feelings of being forced to do something is to just let go of the control, because the reality of it is a lot of this is outside of our control, and being able to surrender to that kind of gives you your power back. So also in the last part of your future that I can see is the Chariot, where there is a sense of determination to overcome those challenges, to stand strong in the face of adversity, even in the midst of your failure. So the true self, seeking security even in your failures. You do find that by the way of your determination to do so, and letting go of the emotions that are associated with the disappointments or the failures is what gets you there. And then I pulled an angel card, because you're being received in this Chariot energy as balancing your divine masculine and feminine, and also thoughtful, contemplative, philosophical, and that's just how you're being received in the angel card that I see for this energy that you will be in. Says you're ready. You are ready to be received in this Chariot energy, and your spirit guides are rooting for you. So to you, Cancer, I do send love and light and healing energy and so much success, because I think that you've gone through enough failures. And I will see you all next time. Bye.